Hi guys, welcome back to the Midnight Oil Racing League's GT7 Championship. This is Season 2, Round 9, so we're into the penultimate round. This is the grid after qualifying. In fact, we'll have a run down through the standings quickly, haven't we? Let me just find the standings before we have the grid line up. So we've got Thomas at the top of the tables now, 359 points. Ice Chan not far behind him with 342. Actually tied with Too Fast on 342 points. Dan Bailey's got 260 in fourth place. Mawson's in fifth with 241. We've got Blood Diamond in sixth with 203. Vexed is in seventh with 172. Silence in eighth with 150. We've got Asbo in ninth with 148. Ion's Clutch is in 10th with 140. And then we've got Dirty Dubs on 26 points and Jerry Smiles on 6. So without further ado, let's have a look at the grid. We got Thomas lining up on pole with Wayne G in second place. Blood Diamond in third. Ice Chan starts in fourth. Mawson in fifth. Dan Bailey in sixth. Vexed in seventh. Pickle in 8th, Clutch in 9th, and Asbo starts in 10th place. And we are, of course, at Barcelona, Circuit de Catalunya. So without further ado, let's get into it. Wait for the lights to go out, and there they go. It looked like somebody in the background there getting a false start. I think it was Mawson and Dan Bailey. Vex getting a really good start. He's got 2 places off, or 2 positions off the start, looking to try and weave his way through the field now. Wayne G has taken the lead of the race. Ice Chan's moved up into second place. Thomas is now down to third. We've got Blood Diamonds actually managed to get a move on Thomas. They're side by side through turn 2. Who's going to get the move done? Blood Diamond actually does move through momentarily, and now the thing is Vexed trying to get a move done on Thomas as well. So we can see a little bit of net code prevalent within the lobby. So Thomas and Vex still side by side, and Vex manages to get a move done. Drops Thomas now down to 5th place, so Thomas losing 5 places off the start. We've got Dan Bailey now back up to 6th. We've got Asbo and Mawson having a battle in the background there. Side by side. It looked like Pickle at the inside there of Clutch as well. In the background. Asbo and Mawson still side by side. Mawson manages to edge ahead of Asbo momentarily. Asbo in the BRZ and Clutch back ahead of Pickle in the GR Supra. So Pickle down at the back of the field now. The grid's still very close together. Not any sizable gaps as yet. Thomas looking for a move up ahead. It looked like Dan Bailey goes deep. That's allowed Mawson through. Mawson almost losing the rear of that Ford GT. Managed to keep it going up into 6th place now. Chasing down Thomas in 5th, who's well and truly on the back of Vexed in that McLaren. And Vex still trying to chase down Blood Diamond through the final chicane now. And the final turn onto the back straight, or onto the start-finish straight. So Blood Diamond currently sat in 3rd place. He's trying to chase down Ice Chan in 2nd. He's on the medium tyre. In fact, what are the tyres that everybody is deciding to run? So Wayne G making the maximum with that soft compound. He's trying to pull away from the field early doors. Trying to create a bit of breathing space. And he's actually, well, it's working out for him at the moment. How long can he take them softs for? Ice Chan on the mediums. Only lost a couple of seconds, too fast ahead. Blood Diamond still working on closing that gap to Ice Chan. It looks like it has closed somewhat. And behind now we have Vexed in trouble. He's under the attention of Thomas. Thomas looking to try and get a move done in that Porsche. What can he do? Can he set one up in the next coming couple of turns? And as we look back, Mawson not far behind now as well in 6th place after that bad start. He had the false start and he's managed to get his head back into the race. Vex making that McLaren as wide as he possibly can, not giving Thomas the opportunity to be able to get the Porsche past. Is he going to be able to get a pass done on this lap? I think he might have to wait until the softer compounds around him start to drop off. So Vexed feinting a defensive move there, moved over to the inside momentarily, thinking that Thomas was going to go for a send. Wasn't to be on that occasion, and actually managed to pull out a couple of attempts, so got a bit of breathing space now. Back to 5th place Thomas, who is coming under increasing attention from Moulton. Moulton's definitely got them tyres up to temperature now. He was dead on the line, but managed to make his way back through the field, up into 6th. That gap's still fairly consistent between Thomas and Vex. We'll check back in with them guys. Dan Bailey being chased down by Pickle. So Dan Bailey went for the hards in the first stint. Pickle on the medium tyre. Has managed to get past Clutch and Asbo. We have Clutch now running in 9th place. He has got quite a bit of breathing space over Asbo back in 10th. Asbo must have had a moment somewhere. Oh, Wayne G absolutely murdering the chicane there. Got a little bit squirrely on the exit, but it didn't slow him down too much. Don't think it's cost him too much. He's actually got the fastest lap at the moment, 1:47.4. And then he just puts in a 1:47.3. So looking pretty quick in the Mazda RX Vision. So Ice Chand still being chased down by Blood Diamond. What can Chand do? Can he work on trying to get onto the back of Wayne G? I think he's got to wait for them softs on the Mazda RX Vision to die a death. But the mediums should start coming into play in the next few laps. He's actually only down by 3 attempts through that split. So Blood Diamond, your current Midnight Oil Racing League champion, currently sat in 3rd place. He's actually 5th or 6th I think it is in the standings. Opting for the new Ferrari this season. And I think it's been really good around some tracks and other tracks. Again, another very track-dependent car. But Ice Chand and Blood do seem to have gapped the guys behind. They've managed to find a couple of seconds. Is Blood going to be able to get a pass done on Chand? Not really seen too many moves being made so far in this race. Vex still ahead of Thomas as they come into the chicane for the 4th time in this race. 25-minute race, the 2 races this evening. Now, are we going to see a move into turn 1? We're going to have a look at Blood Diamond because he is quite close. He might be able to he might be able to set one up. It wasn't to be on that occasion. Still piling on the pressure. Vex trying to stay ahead of 5th place Thomas. He's managed to pull a 10th or 2 once again through the first sector. I think just a difference in tyres at the moment, but them hards are going to start coming into their own. How long will Thomas keep them on the car for? See Moulton not far behind now as well, so yeah, Thomas really has closed that gap. I think we're going to see a move come in the next couple of turns. We've got to keep an eye on the gap ahead between Blood Diamond and Ice Chand as well. Oh, and it's actually opened up again, so yeah, this looks like the closest battle at the moment. Can Thomas find a way past Vexed? Oh, here we go. Is it going to be here? He's going to have a move up the inside. No, can't quite get it done. Vex managed to cover it off. Just no room through the apex to be able to get the Porsche past the McLaren. So Vex driving a really good defensive game at the moment. Wayne G is now into the pits. That's going to release Ice Chand. Is anyone else behind going to decide to dive in, get rid of them tyres? So Ice Chand up into the lead of the race. Blood Diamond follows through up into second place. Vexed is now into third. I think he's going to lose the position to Thomas, so it looks like Thomas is going to get a move done this time round. Here it comes. Vex tries to hold it around the outside. He's going to have the inside for the next left-hander, but he does finally concede that position. Thomas up into third place. Vex is now down to fourth. He's going to come under attention from Molson behind in the Ford GT. Can he return the pressure onto Thomas in the Porsche? The mediums have still got a little bit of life left in them. So Molson is watching this battle unfold ahead of him. Oh no, Vexed! What happened there? We've got to have a look at that. So Vex, just with a little bit too much power, clipped the curb there and just sent him off into the barrier. That's dropped him down 2 positions now. Is he going to lose the place to Dan Bailey as well? I'm not too sure. That was an unfortunate moment there for Vex. He was doing so well. Now Molson up into 4th place. Can he put the pressure onto Thomas in the Porsche? When will Thomas pit to get rid of them hards? Will he take him for longer than all the medium runners around him? We've seen him pit around the same time before. So Blood Diamond and Ice Chand both stay out on favoured track position. Oh, and Ice Chand with half a second's penalty. Must have been for track limits through the final chicane. So Thomas trying to close that gap to Blood Diamond in 2nd place. We have Molson closing the gap to Thomas in the Porsche. Vex now in 5th place. Dan Bailey just coming down the start finish. He's on the approach to turn 1 now. There he is. In that Subaru WRX. He just had a bad start, didn't he? He's managed to make his way back up the field though, up to 6th. Is he going to make any more positions up in this race though? We'll have to wait and see. Wenny G is back out in 7th place on a fresh set of medium compound tyre. He's going to be putting them through their paces. So Clutch is back up into 8th place and actually not far off the back of Wenny G. Pickle has come back out on a fresh set of hard compound tyre. He's got half a second's penalty. That isn't going to slow him down too much. It won't bring him into the clutches of Asbo, who is out on a fresh set of mediums, so he went for an early pit stop. We haven't really seen much of Asbo in this race. We saw him earlier on towards the start, but as I say, he must have had a... Oh, Asbo. Having a moment there. He must have had a few of them. So Ice Chand under increasing pressure now from Blood Diamond. Is Blood Diamond going to be able to get a move done? He's trying to put the thumb screws on. We're going to go on board with Blood for just a second. Will these two dive into the pits on this lap, or will they stay out? Oh, Blood Diamond opting for the undercut. I think he's going to get a 3-second penalty. It looked like he crossed the white line. Thomas is in as well. So Ice Chand stays out, retains the lead of the race. Molson's up into 2nd place now. Is Vex going to decide to dive in? Vex stays out up into 3rd. And Dan Bailey has stayed out as well. Will he move up into 4th? And he does momentarily. Are the other guys starting to leave the pits? No, I think they're coming out of their pit boxes now. So Wayne G, after serving his pit stop, he's back up into 5th place. Clutch stays out, up into 6th for Clutch. The Blood Diamond has come out ahead of Thomas. Thomas with that 3-second penalty. I thought Blood was going to get slapped with one. He actually managed to get away with it. Thomas, however, does get the 3 seconds for crossing the pit line. I can only imagine it was on the exit, really putting the pressure on to the Ferrari driver now. He's on the fresh medium compounds, Blood Diamond on the fresh hards. And Thomas will slow down as he has to serve that penalty. There we go, we can see the gap increasing to the Ferrari ahead. So that has given Blood Diamond a nice bit of breathing space. He can try and concentrate on closing the gap to clutch ahead. Thomas under no pressure from Pickle though. Pickle running in 9th place still on that racing hard compound tyre. Asbo looking to try and close the gap to Pickle, but he's got a little way to go. So Dan Bailey is now into the pits. Ice Chand still in control of the race. He's managed to create a bit of breathing space back to Molson. Molson, who had started closing the gap, and maybe starting to suffer with the tyre wear. His tyres actually look a little bit better than Chance at this stage. And a few little moments here and there, but not slowing them down too much. Vexed. Oh, look at Vexed front left tyre. That front left is almost ready to leave the chat. I would imagine he will be coming into the pits at the end of this lap. You just see Wenny G in shot there as well, so Wenny G has closed quite substantially over the last few laps, making the most of that medium compound tyre. Through the final windy sector. Ice Chand is in, Mawson is in. Does Vex follow suit? And I believe, yeah, so Vex is into the pits. That's going to release Wayne G once again. He will move up back into the lead of the race. And there he goes. Thomas and Blood move through, back up into second and third. Ice Chan re-emerges in fourth, Mawson in fifth, Vexed. Why is Vex so behind coming out of the pits? Not sure what happened there. Thomas has managed to get back past Blood. I'm not sure if he jumped him in the pits. Then we have Ice Chand and Mawson. So the top four actually coming back together again. Well, from second to fourth, all probably within a second or two of each other. Wayne G somewhere ahead. Having a bit of a lonely race at the moment is Too Fast. And you can see how close it is there from second to fifth. Currently on board with fifth place Mawson. Oh, he's looking now for a move on Chand. He was thinking about a cheeky move up the inside there. Not quite able to get it done. That was Ice Chand. Ice Chand looking like he's got the better exit out of the chicane. He's going to be able to get a move done down the start finish. He may even get that pass done before turn one. Still side by side on the approach. Who's going to be later on the brakes? Is Blood Diamond going to try and keep it around the outside here? And he does. He's going to turn into his corner for the left one, but Ice Chan does move ahead. Blood Diamond's down into fourth place. Mawson onto his bumper now. Is Mawson going to be able to get the pass done as well? He's looking for it, looking for the move. Blood Diamond's tyres absolutely screaming on that Ferrari. Mawson's going to try and hug this inside line now, try and take the apex here through this right-hander. I think he may have got it sewn up. He has. He's managed to get the move done. So Blood Diamond now down to fifth place. Have his tyres started to die a bit of a death? Will he be able to get a return move done on Mawson? Or are the mediums just going to prove too strong? In fact, no. Mawson on the racing softs, as is Chan. So yeah, they have got the stronger tyre at this stage. The top two on the medium compound. Wayne G, he's definitely going to be starting to feel the effects of that tyre wear. Just saw a tiny little moment there. Small twitch from that RX Vision. And Thomas has managed to create a bit of breathing space back to second place Chand, third place Chand. He actually takes the fastest lap, 1:46.6 on lap 10. So Ice Chan now has managed to create a bit of distance to the car behind. You just see Thomas just up the road there, but not under any pressure from Mawson at this stage. Mawson's going to have to close that gap once again. He's only got 5 minutes left to do so. We're into the final 5 minutes of this race. Blood Diamond. He's lost the car ahead as well. He's lost Mawson, lost the toe, lost the slip. Will he fall into the clutches of Vex behind in sixth place? Not too sure. Vexed on the soft compound tyre now. When the cameraman finally catches up. He has got his work cut out to get on to the top five, but at the moment doesn't have to worry about the car behind, which is Dan Bailey. Dan Bailey on the racing mediums. Clutch is now up to 8th place. Quite a big gap to deal with up to Dan Bailey, but on the racing soft as well, he may be able to close that gap. Pickle is in 9th place, having a bit of a lonely race, as is Asbo in 10th. So Asbo has been unable to close that gap to Pickle in the GR Supra. At the moment, looking like Wayne G may be able to take the win here, as long as his engine doesn't explode or his tyres. He should be good for the checkered flag. Thomas still with the fastest lap, still unable to close that gap to Wayne G ahead. Looked like Wayne G too fast, taking the softs in that first stint, giving just enough advantage to be able to pull the gap out that he needed to stay ahead of Thomas, who went for the alternate strategy, the hards to mediums. Ice Chan with half a second's penalty. Will that bring him into the clutches of Mawson behind in 4th place? Can Mawson take that 3rd step of the podium away from Ice Chan? Tyres looking a little bit better as well on the Ford. He's keeping that gap consistent. He may get the position for free. You see Chan's penalty bar starting to fill up. Will that give Mawson the momentum he needs to be able to get past? Ice Chan's going to hug that inside line on the approach to the left-hander. And manages to keep the position, but Mawson, can he look for the switchback here? I thought he was going to get a better exit. Ice Chan holds that 3rd place. Is this going to be the final lap? I think it is for most of the drivers. The top 5 maybe getting through to do a victory lap. So we're now 24 minutes into this race. See Ice Chan trying to break the toe now. Mawson tucks right under his rear wing. Gets shown the long way round on the approach to turn 1. Ice Chan's going to have the inside. Mawson actually manages to get the move done. That was a great move there from Mawson. But Ice Chan coming back around the outside once again. Oh, that's unlucky. That is unlucky. Just couldn't quite make it stick. Ice Chan back up into third. Again, shows Mawson the long way round. Oh, and what a beautiful switchback that was. Pulls alongside once again, but Ice Chan's going to be on the inside for the next left-hander. There's a tiny bit of contact there. So who has finished? Nobody has finished yet. Wenji is coming up to the final sector. The battle is here between Mawson and Ice Chan at the moment. Two closest cars on track. And just see Thomas in shot up ahead there. So they have started to close to Thomas. Ice Chan hugging that inside line. Shows Mawson a long way round once again. Mawson just unable to get a power down. Got to go on board though with Wayne G as he comes through the final turn now. And he is going to take the checkered flag and the win in this first race. So that was a great strat there from Wayne G. GG's, mate. Thomas will take second. GG, Thomas. Ice Chan has held off Mawson. Where's Mawson gone? So Ice Chan will take that third place in the end. GG's Chan. Mawson takes fourth. GG's Mawson. Blood Diamond will finish in fifth. Vexed from left has left the chat now. He's going to hold on to that sixth place. And how far behind is Dan Bailey at the end? He wasn't too far behind, but he will take seventh. Clutch. Clutch looking like he's definitely more confident with his setup now. Still yet to find some of the pace. Finishes in 8th there. Pickle went for the hards in his last stint. He's going to cross the line in 9th. And then Asbo rounds out the field in 10th place. That was round 1, guys. That was race 1, sorry, of round 9. The penultimate round. I'll be back with race 2. I'll see you there.